All right, boys and girls, time for more PTR 91/G3 shenanigans. Welcome back to the Mike Papakilo Odysee / Rumble channel. Today we're going to do some accuracy assessment. I just got done shooting the unboxing overview and introduction to G3 firearms. That's in the upper, well, not in the upper right hand corner because I'm not on YouTube anymore. It's in the description. It was fun. I learned a lot. This gun actually shoots pretty nice for 308. I learned that you need a stupid sight tool to change the rear sight, but where it's at right now, I've got the 200 yard or meter, I don't know, hitting slightly low at 25 and slightly high at 100. So for the iron sight match lethal weapons that I'll be shooting this in, it works pretty good. Anywho, I have more of my 44 grains of Varget reloads. I think this is maybe that. Yes. And then I've got a magazine of, nope, that was the Aguila. Yeah, because it's still got the tempering marks at the neck. Everything just looks the same under this low light. You can see the heat treating is almost perfect at the same depth on both of those, and the annealing in the neck there. So that's some of this Aguila 7.62/51. And then we got some of my reloads. You can see the nickel case there. That's the 44 grains of Varget. I forgot to mention in the other video, these are all 147 grain boat tail hull point FMJ bullets from Hornady. And then I've got some MagTech 168 grain sniper. They've had this shit forever and just want to get rid of it. We'll probably be shooting that for all of the optics as well as the Aguila. Whichever optic I shoot better, we'll put the Aguila in for. But I've got two optics here. I won this at the Sons of Liberty Gunworks match. No, I won this at same place, different match. This is from Clash Bash because Sons of Liberty, my Sig Sauer died on my AR. I should have won that one. But thanks to Sig Sauer, I did not. I won this at the AK match for getting second place, first loser as it were in PCC. And then since there's a drop in the stock, I figured I'll try the Venom from Vortex first and honestly just see if this Venom blows up, because it's a 3 MOA dot. I would never put on a handgun because it's not very reliable, and I don't like 3 MOA dots on my handguns anyway. So I'll put it on this, see if it explodes, send it back to Vortex, get a new one, and probably sell it. So that's usually how it works with Vortex optics. There's a target 25 yards. We are at BTO in Conroe, Texas. Again, big thanks to them for letting me shoot, basically take up the whole left bay, and have freedom to come in here and film. So big thanks to them. Check them out. They have a really awesome web store. So HK stuff. We'll go ahead and get a baseline with some of my reloads, even though we did in the last video. See how well I can shoot the aperture peep sight at 25. Measure it with these calipers so we get an actual measurement, and put the Vortex on after that. We'll see how we do. As much as I would love to keep the camera on the target for integrity's sake, it's very boring to watch holes show up on paper, so I'll let you guys watch the action run. Get some of my reloads in here, and like I said, this is just a baseline, and honestly, this is how I'm going to be running the gun at Lethal Weapons. So, we'll see how good of a 25-yard group I can put down with this thing. And then put the Vortex on. Try and take my time here. Perfect. Yeah, if you unload and show clear with this thing at any rate of speed, anyone standing to your right is going to lose their jaw. It's a little violent. That and this brass, when I was cleaning up brass, this thing throws brass out to 20 yards from banging off this wall. So, see how this group did. Not too bad for iron sights indoors. I'm going to throw one out because of human error, which is why I shoot 5-shot groups. Honestly, I'd like to have 3 of these, but I'm going to throw one out and see how well we did here. Get the American units loaded up on these calipers. So the 3-shot would have been under 1/4 inch. 635, and then the 4-shot group is just under an inch. So we'll say an inch with iron sights. 1 inch with iron sights. Not terrible, 25 yards. I would like to see a lot better, but that's just the way she goes. I'll see if I can't get you guys a sight picture of what I'm seeing, because I forgot to do that in the last video. So there's our target at 25. I'll see if I can't get the camera to show you guys what I'm seeing. That's about right there. Yeah, the problem is we're not really going to get this to work because of eye relief, so. Yeah. This is going to be fun. Okay, focus on the target. There we go. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Not the best sight picture in the world. You gotta like line up the aperture there. Just like that. So there's a lot of hot dogging down the hallway, kind of shenanigans going on there if it stays at target focus, but they're battle sights. We'll see how the red dot does. So have you never seen how a Venom comes out of box? Usually that is by itself. This mount is up here, and the 2 screws that hold it in go there, but I went ahead and Loctited these to this mount, and this is just a quick detach. Well, not a quick detach, just a thumb screw attachment to any Picatinny rail, and there's usually a screwdriver here, but I robbed those immediately because I like them. And then you do have a little dust cover for if you put it on a rifle or a handgun. But we'll go ahead and get this mounted up real quick on that pick rail. 1, see if the iron sights co-witness, and 2, see if we can shoot better with this red dot, which I have no doubt in my mind we could probably get a 1/4 inch group at 25. All right, we'll just put this somewhere halfway in the rail. Again, I wish I had magnified optics, because I'm sure I could get a 2-inch group at 100 yards with a magnified optic with this, no problem. In the last video, I was lucky to hold 3 inches with iron sights. But, yeah, there's no way this is going to co-witness. Yeah, so this doesn't co-witness at all. The mount actually blocks the iron sights, so you're going to be hard-pressed to get irons to co-witness with a red dot with this gun. But it looks like our red dot is waving way off to the right of the target, so normally all you'd have to do is use the included flathead, but today I got to use my own. Still not quite there. And one thing I've noticed with these Venoms is they're not great at getting all the altitude out of them. And it used to be an easy video to find on YouTube, but Rumble and Odysee do not have good search engines. So if I find it, I'll put it in the description of this video. That's pretty close, but I need to go just a little bit further left. No idea where these rounds are going to go. I'm going to aim at the middle, and wherever the rounds go, we'll adjust and then shoot at 100 yards. Get some more reloads up in this thing. All right. See if we can. All right, that worked. Okay. This should be a whole lot easier since I've got a dot. Allegedly. This is a really bright dot. And it won't go any lower. Dang it. Okay. Looks like we're gonna shoot way the hell off here. I gotta bring this down. Or up. I don't recall how it works with adjustments versus what you're seeing. We'll bring it up. Yeah, that's what it was. Gotta bring it up. So this is way off compared to the pick mount. That's pretty close. Okay. Kind of go opposite of what you're actually seeing. You know, somewhat line up. Okay, I'll aim at the middle. I doubt we're going to be on. It looks like we're going to be shooting low left. See where that shot ended up. Which I think is what most of these Venoms do out of box on handguns. They shoot low left, and you can't usually get them high enough. Yeah, look how low left we are. I barely got on the paper. So I gotta bring that sucker way up because I was aimed at the middle. I'll adjust it again, and you guys need to let me know if it's somewhere thin. So I have a feeling we're gonna have a little bit of trouble zeroing this dotty do. All right, I'm out of up adjustment, which is typical. So we'll see where we're at now. Yeah, it's not gonna make it high enough. I went too far right, it looks like. But it is not gonna make it far enough up. Which again is typical for the Venoms, but I think if I aim at one of the top squares at 100 yards, we'll be able to get this to stay on paper. So I need to go back left a little bit. I'll put a 3-shot group down, see where we end up. Yeah, that's about a 1/2 inch group, 1 inch group, somewhere in there. So we're almost zeroed. I'm going to send it out to 100 and shoot a group and see what happens, because this thing is going to be really hard to get to stay on this piece of paper, it looks like. There's a target all the way back. And like I said, I think we'll be lucky if we hang all these shots on paper. I've never had a whole lot of luck with these Venoms. I've bought several of them, installed a dozen or more, and they all have the issue where they don't have enough altitude. So I'll shoot a 5-shot group here at 100. Which looks like it's going to be harder than I thought. And if you look at where my cheek is, if I put my face against the back of the receiver, my face is actually high enough to get on this dot. But even with this, I'll need a cheek riser. And then what you guys will see once I actually get the taller mount on it with the, what was that, the Swampfox, I'm going to be like chin welding it. So this isn't the greatest cheek weld, but we'll see what we can get done here at 100 yards. This dot's not very clean, but we'll see. This rail is either canted or my dot's not completely zeroed, so we'll see how close to windage on this thing is, because I think I've got the windage on, but I think the rail is canted. Well, we had no rounds on paper, and I didn't bother showing you that. I just put the target right back out to 25, and we'll see if this Vortex Venom didn't just explode. So I know people put these on their shotguns, and they're supposed to be rated for long rifles, which is why there's that, you know, pick rail adapter on it. But you can see there's no new shots. So I'm just going to shoot a 3-shot group here at 25. See where the bullets are going. That's weird. So I'm guessing the bolts must not have been on paper at all because of the windage adjustment. So I will adjust it further right and try again at 100. Since we got to do this over, I might as well put you guys down at 100 yards just to see if you can see the bullets flying in. Just for shits and giggles. I know they're going to be way faster than pistol bullets. We'll be lucky to pick up a trace this shorter range, but just for fun. Got 5 more rounds. I'm just gonna sand it. It looks like we're gonna just shoot slightly left of center. So this mount isn't canted. I just adjusted the wrong way last time because I'm a big old dummy. All right, let's see how we did. Hopefully you folks at home could see those bullets flying underneath the target. Again, Venoms suck. Vortex red dots, honestly, in general, just suck all the way up to the razor. They just don't have enough altitude in them, and I'll show you what I mean in that you are physically unable to bring these dots high enough in the upwards direction. That screw doesn't move any further than that. I'm trying to get it centered so I don't strip out what's left of this turd. Like that doesn't move at all. I can go down, and the guys at Vortex are like, oh, you got to work the windage all the way left and right, and then you can unlock the rest of the altitude. I'm like, nope, that's not how this works. Make your shit work from the factory. So there's about 7 full rotations. And there we are, back to where we were. It's getting really tight. Oh, and then it just frees up, and you just disassemble your red dot, if you guys can see that. Piece of crap camera, there we go. Yeah, eventually it just disassembles itself, so yeah, these Venoms suck. And that's not from the 308, that's just by design, they're garbage. Alright, now we have the chin weld. For those of you who've never seen this, I've never experienced one. This is the Swampfox Prism sight. They call it the Bullet Rise Compensation Reticle, and the Optic itself is the Blade Prism series. And it just comes in this generic little box here. It takes a giant CR123A battery. It has a little kill flash if you want to use that for you tactical folks. It's got a little adjustment tool. I don't know how to adjust yet. It also comes with a Torx for the mount that doesn't actually fit great, so I almost stripped these out. Fun fact. So we're off to a great start here trying to analyze this thing. We'll probably be back in a separate video, test some other optics on this thing, because I mean essentially what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to put an SRO or an RMR on this thing, because this is obnoxious. My cheek is here, I want to be here, but I'm looking like 2 inches above it. This thing's got a green haze to it. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a big old green plume inside the scope. I'll see if I can show you guys. It is an etched reticle, so you can use it without the glowy bits, which is what I'm going to do because I do not like that at all. Which is what makes it a prism versus a regular red dot, is it's an etched reticle. So we'll go ahead and shoot 5 rounds here at 25, and much like most prisms, it's more like a 0.75 than a 1 times. I don't know why they do that. I've heard other people complain about that same thing. But yeah, it's a thing. It actually takes magnification away from your eyes. That's why I've never used etched reticles. I've always used projected reticles, i.e. normal red dots. So you have 5 rounds here at 25. I like the gun. It runs 100%. That's cool. It doesn't kick as hard as I thought it would be kicking. But yeah, everything about mounting dots to this has been an extreme failure. No fault to the gun. So 5 shots here at 25 in my 0.75 magnification scope. And we'll see where they end up. I can't say I like these etched reticle scopes. I'm definitely selling this. I don't know what it is. It's other than it just looks like shit through my eyes, I guess. They're hazy. which is funny because Aaron Hayes shoots Vortex etched reticle. Hazy. Like I said, it steals magnification away from your eyes, and it's like a scope where it has an eye relief, and it's not, when you use both eyes open, it screws with my periphery. So I'm not an etched reticle prism scope kind of fan. Let's see if I can show you what the hell's going on here. So you can see how it's got like eye relief to it, which red dots don't. So I got to get the eye relief right. There we go. It looks really good through the camera. It does not look like that in real life, because you're looking here and at the same time you got that halo of eye relief. I don't like prism scopes because of that. And then I'll turn this green on. Maybe. See that green? Yeah, it shows that green haze. It just plumes out the whole thing. I hate this dot. How did we shoot? Oh, not bad. Low and left. About an inch with a flyer. So this is not going great. I'll get a fresh target. We'll shoot at 100 and then just call it a day. Come back with a 3-9x40 because both these optics I do not like. There's our Target at 100. I don't know if I'll be able to accurately see that through that prism scope, but the adjustment tool has 2 tiny torques on it for some reason, but built into the plastic, it's basically like a coin. You can use that to adjust it, so a little right and a lot up. And we'll see where we're at. All right, that should be good. I'm just gonna use the rest of this Aguila because we're not gonna get a whole lot of accuracy assessment here, but I still want to shoot and just, you know, get the gun worked in nice and deep like. Come back next week and do some accuracy assessment with a 3-9x20. Oh yeah, I can't see diddly. Oh, Matt, having a conversation about how garbage Venoms are. He knows. He knows what's up. Okay. See if I can get this Swampfox turd running. I've used Swampfox handgun dots. They're not bad. But this prism stuff is just silly. And usually it's the button further away from you makes it go up. Nope. It's the closest to you makes the illumination go up on this guy. Yeah, I don't like this prism at all. Makes me have split vision like I'm looking through iron sights. If I close an eye, it's actually better, but I hate closing an eye. Just more strain on your body you don't need while you're shooting. All right, shut up and shoot, dude. Powder smells like gasoline. I don't know what Aguila's putting in this shit. Darn Mexicans. Okay. Yeah, this gun shoots pretty nice for 308. Bring that in, see how we did. It's probably got no hits on it. I didn't do this in the last video, but just observe how far this brass is going out. Bouncing off the wall and just jumping out there. There's the 25-yard line, so we got some at 20. There's one out there at 25. There you go. Just yeeting it. Well, the fact that I did better with iron sights should tell you something. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm going to load 10 rounds into a mag and shoot with irons again. That's some pathetic accuracy. It's like a 7.5, 8-inch group. All right, targets at 100 yards. Got you guys all up and intimate here. See if I can shoot these iron sights better than a Swampfox optic. Something tells me I'll be able to pull it off. That group was just atrocious. Alright, let's see how we did here. Alright, let's see if the boomer FUD lore is true. Can you shoot better with iron sights than a red dot? Hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even got one in the bullseye. So I guess boomer FUD lore is correct. This is only for static shooting, obviously. I'd much rather shoot dynamically with a red dot, but all 10 rounds are there and it's a much better group. More of a 4 or 5 inch group. We'll see what the calipers say. So, long story short, some red dots do really suck. It's about a 4 1/4 inch group. That's not bad. So, for a battle rifle, indoors with iron sights, I'll take a 4-inch group. I should be able to shoot a red dot. I know I can shoot my AR red dots into a 2, 2.5 inch group, so that's pretty pathetic that that Swampfox was performed that poorly. And this reticle with the circle and the arrow and that bullshit, I don't need that. Just give me a clean fucking dot. So a lot of gimmicks out there, boys and girls. Tried and true iron sights, and I'll draw on here what my sight picture was, because well, it's pretty big. Forgot my SD card and forgot my marker. But there's this big haze of aperture on the outside. I kind of drew with a pen, and then you can see the front post. Has a bit of a cant to it. But that's actually my sight picture. There's a haze of the 2 aligned sights, one in the rear, one in the front, around the post, and the post right there. So, yeah, I guess boomers can be right sometimes, but we got to definitely find a 3-9x40 to see what this thing's actually capable of, because I put 100 rounds through it today. And it's been 100% reliable. The rail is flat and centered. I've heard issues with that. But yeah, shot great. Trigger doesn't completely suck. I was expecting much worse. It's like a 5.5, 6 pound creepy single stage trigger, but it's very usable. And it's a very short length of pull, so I'm gonna get a longer buttstock for this thing. But overall, I'm very happy with it. I just wish it didn't wreck the brass, which, if you guys stay tuned, I will do a video and see if I can effectively resize the brass that has all these flutes in it from the relief fluted chamber. I'm not very hopeful, but we'll see. Like I said, they fly out like Mach 5 and ding the brass up anyway. But we'll see. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the actual accuracy test. And give the HK a good old schlapping.